Yo, what's good, good people? Welcome back again to another presentation of Yosef's Two Cents. I am he, Yosef Isaiah Benjamin. On tonight's presentation, I want to talk with you from a subject that I've tackled before, but I feel it is more than appropriate that we discuss it once again, and that is entitled, Why Are Men Jealous of Other Men? So y'all come on in, unwind, max and relax and chill, and let us sit down and let us reason together once again. Brother Barron and Sister Allen, good evening to the both of you. Thank you for joining me here tonight. And I'm not going to be on very long with you because it has been a very long and an exhausting day. And we have round 2 tomorrow. Good evening, sweetheart. Thanks for joining us. The lovely Miss Marla's with us again. Y'all come on in. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it sweet. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it succinct. Because like I said, we got another round tomorrow, so. Oh boy. And there's some other things that I want to talk about, but mainly I want to talk about why men are jealous of other men. I hope that you all have had another beautiful and fantastic, blessed, and progressive Monday. And I hope tomorrow will be much better off for you if you didn't. And even if you did, I hope that each day for you will continue to get progressively better and better and better. Like I said, folks, I am not going to be on for very long tonight. I am tired, as you can tell. But I am going to talk with you anyway. Why men are jealous of other men? That's the question I want to raise with you again. And like I said, this is a subject, this is a thesis that I've discussed once before, but I feel the need to share it with you again. Let me set this up. How you all feeling tonight? You feeling good? Feeling relieved? Feeling accomplished? How you feel tonight? I hope things are well with you, as always. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Why men are jealous of other men? That's really the question that I want to raise with you. Miss Friedman, good evening to you. Thank you for joining me tonight. I believe you're a first-time viewer of this podcast. Let's see, who else has just joined us? Little sis, is that you? Sister ain't, hey, I figured that was you. What's going on? How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling much better than you have been. these past few days. Good to see you again, little sis. Good to have you with us tonight. Miss Molly, you tired? I know the feeling, hon. I know the feeling too well. I'm feeling it now. That's why I'm late getting on. Because normally I would have been on by now, but but I'm going to go ahead and get started. The reason why I wanted to go back and revisit this subject as to why men are jealous of other men is because it has now become too commonplace where I see other men being jealous of other men. It reminds me that whenever I see a man being full of envy of another man, that man does not have any idea how much hell that other one has had to go through to get to where he is. You and I know not how much pain and anguish and how long they have been preparing and been in meditation and has been in prayer about wanting to get things accomplished. When a man is envious of another man, he knows not the backsets and the setbacks that he has had to go through. He knows not the sleepless nights that he has had. He knows not how many jobs he's had to get in order to support himself and to support his goals and his dreams and his ambitions. When a man succeeds at what he sets out to do, instead of him receiving his just due and his credit and his props and his respect, I find that men are just as petty and is just as catty as women are. I find that men are not respecting brotherhood. I believe that once upon a time there was such a kinship among brethren. Whenever a man saw a man down, he did not work his power and his will to keep that man down. He did everything he could to see that man get back up on his 2 feet. I don't see such kinships. I don't see such a bond amongst us brethren. Instead, we are kleptogamists, we are simps, we are dirty macs. We enjoy laughing at each other. We enjoy making sure that the other man stays down, and we climb on top of his neck to make sure that we get ahead and other men stay behind. There is no friendship amongst the brethren. There is absolutely no respect. There is no friendship. There is no brotherhood. There is no fraternal order amongst the brothers anymore. We are no longer our brother's keeper. It's all about me, myself, and I. Brother James, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us. J. Cole, what's going on, man? He says, men take other men down because they're afraid of his potential to rise in power. Well said. Well said. And the reality also is that instead of us being so envious of one another, especially in such a weaponized society, a weaponized culture, a weaponized world. We must come back to the mentality, the ideology of being our brother's keeper. Miss Demeter Miles, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. She says, these are the residual effects of feminism and the gender war. Respect is being lost overall. We need to regroup. I agree with everything that you said, except we need to regroup. With all due respect, Miss Miles, I say we have to separate, because people are no longer lost. People are just doomed and damned and reprobated. Now that's just my opinion. That's just my belief. That is the convictions from the burnings of my own heart. Let's see. Sister Candace, is that you? You changed your name? I didn't even recognize you. Change. What's going on? Thanks for joining us, Sister Katrina. That is okay. Yeah, and please, ma'am, and please, sir, please do not misunderstand me. I care about people as much as the next, but I've come to the realization that many are beyond saving, and the reason why they are beyond saving is, number one, because they have been handed over to a reprobated mind, number one, and number two, they choose to be victims. They choose to be ignorant. They choose to be stupid. J. Cole says, men allow other women to influence them to take down other men. They think that if they talk bad about another man or take another man down, they will get the puss. That's kleptogamy, sir. You just described kleptogamy. You just described a man being a simp, if you will. Well said. But there's more. There's more to a man being envious, but besides what Brother J. Cole and Miss Miles just said. I'm going to throw this out here, folks, whether you want to admit it or not. A lot of men who are envious of other men, I've come to realize a lot of men are low-key homosexuals. Yeah, they are. A lot of men are low-key homosexuals. And you have a lot of low-key undercover dudes that practices that supposed alternative lifestyle. I mean, it is what it is, you know. And the reality is, I have been on the receiving end of a lot of men being envious and jealous of me. I'll give you an example. There's this one dude who supported my family and I when my mother passed away 3 years ago. One year he's supporting me and my family at her memorial for moral support. And then the next minute, he's accusing me of plagiarism. He's accusing me of flirting with married women. One moment he's there for support, then the next minute he's calling himself putting me on calling himself putting me on blast. And see, the reality of the matter is, when a man sees greatness in another man, instead of being inspired by that man to challenge himself to become the best version of himself for himself, for the glory of the Most High, guess what happens? There's conflict. There's not only conflict with the two men, but there's also an internal struggle within himself. And there's a lot of men that are envious of other men because not only are they reprobates, but they're also because they're low-key homosexual. And the hatred and the envy and the jealousy and the strife and the malice that they have towards other men comes from the fact that they are attracted to that man. And they fight off that attraction to the best of their ability. Yeah. Instead of men congratulating me and congratulating others of us for our success, we get thrown under the bus. I mean, I've been thrown under the bus for wearing a 3-piece suit. I've been thrown under the bus because I like to keep myself well groomed. I don't like to keep myself unkept. I like to be well groomed. I like to present myself in an honorable and decent, respectful way because that is what I was raised to do. I was raised, especially by my father. My mom too, but especially my father. Whenever he saw me put on a suit, he would always tell me, son, whatever you do, you make sure you put on your best. Yeah, whenever you go somewhere, whatever you do, the reality of the matter is you wear your best. And whenever you go to a job interview, you dress like you are the CEO of that company. That's how I was raised. Let's see who else has just joined. Sister Kim, thanks for joining us. Sister Chrissy, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. For those of y'all that are just joining us, welcome back again to Yosef's 2 Cents. I am he, Yosef Benjamin. And tonight we're talking about why men jealous of other men. And see, ladies and gentlemen, forgive me for saying this. Forgive me for using socially unacceptable terminology. Forgive me when I say this. Forgive me. But the reality is, amongst us men, there is too much bitch assery. Bitch assness. Excuse the French. Excuse my language. But I find it disturbing that a man is more feminine than a woman is. Now, y'all been hearing me get on the women's cases for a while. I'm going to get on the men's cases tonight. Because there is something seriously wrong when a man is jealous of another man, especially when he's trying to better himself in a world that is weaponized against him and is designed to go up against him and to keep him down. It's something wrong here. Miss Sade, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. It's something wrong. It's something seriously wrong when a man is jealous of another man and is willing to throw his brother under the bus. I'm telling you. And I'm sick and tired of men always throwing other men under the bus. Listen, let me tell you something. I will say it again because I've said it before. I've been a dirty Mac. I've been a simp. I went after another dude's woman at the time. Some of the same kind of dirt that the rest of you niggas are doing, I've been there, done that. Let me tell you, there is absolutely no honor in going after another man's woman or another man's wife. Sorry. Ain't no honor in that. None. And that sorry ass Drake, let me tell you something. Not that I have any, I dig the I rock with these celebrities because I don't follow these celebrities, but I heard what that pussy ass nigga Drake did. He gonna sleep with another man's wife and not feel bad about it? That's an automatic ass whipping right there. Drake needs his ass kicked. And so do the rest of these sorry ass busters who call themselves real men that's going around sleeping around with other dudes' women. That's not being a real man. That's being subhuman. And like Miss Miles said earlier, we've lost respect. See? Now, let me throw this out here too. And Sister Chrissy is right. The wife is the most trifling. She's right. But I'm putting the blame on Drake's punk ass. And see, if my memory serves me correctly, not too long ago, didn't his woman cheat on him? Didn't one of his exes cheat on him? So if one of his exes cheated on him, why the hell is he going around sleeping with another dude's wife? See, that's the kind of bullshit I'm talking about. And yet some of these same idiots out here, some of these same dudes that's dirty macking, they gonna get mad at me for telling the truth. Come on, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm a lot of things. You understand? Call me arrogant. Call me opinionated. Call me narcissistic. And I know for a fact that I ain't always right. But if there's one thing you notice about me, I'm always honest with you as to how I feel. I'm always honest. I come to you not necessarily as a talk show host or a podcaster, but I come to you as a man first. See? I come to you as a man first. I come to you as a man first. Let's see, hold on. Let me read some of your observations right quick. Sister Candace, I'm going to call you Sister Candace. My thoughts and my prayers are with you and your family. Whatever you're going through, stay strong. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Because the only person that can give up their faith is you. But don't do that. He says also something happened to one of her babies. Keep me and my baby in your prayers. Of course, we got you. The Most High got you, and we will have you in our thoughts and meditations. Sade says, hi, you're welcome. J. Cole says, I have experienced other men get jealous just because they see me earning money on the street selling t-shirts. Mainly black men ready to rob me. See, that's what that's the kind of that's what I be talking about. So let me tell y'all something. Let me throw this out here too. I'm using me as an example because, you know, who better than myself to use as an example? Y'all really don't know. Y'all excuse me. I apologize for that. Let's see. All right. You'll be surprised to know just how many dudes be mean mugging me as I walk up and down the street, especially when I'm in business attire. Y'all be surprised to know just how many cats be looking at me mean mugging me. Now don't get me wrong, I've had a few compliments from the brothers. But it's sad to say that I get as equal mean looks and dudes be mean mugging me as dudes be giving me my respect. And niggas be looking like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? Come on. So I know exactly what you're going through, J. Cole. Because each time I put on my business attire, listen, I get mean mugged. But at the same time, dudes be giving me my respect. They be giving me my props. Miss Chrissy says, respect. Miss Miles says, I appreciate your honesty. This is what people need to do to heal. Yes, they do. And see, a lot of dudes that's also jealous of other men, they themselves are broken. They're broken. I don't know what their childhood was like. I don't know if, you know, what, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what, you know, what kind of trauma that they've experienced. But I can honestly say it definitely hasn't been a good experience for them. Y'all excuse me a minute, man. Let me see what's going on. Okay, let me do that. Y'all excuse me. Let's see. J. Cole says, I've had dudes say my girl is busted, then she tells me the same dudes are in her DM. See, that's that dirty Mac. That's that dirty Mac and bull crap. Boy. Everything that these dirty Mac niggas be doing, I did. I did. Let me tell y'all something, man. I don't come to you all squeaky clean. I don't present myself before you squeaky clean. I come before you a flawed individual. And that's the difference between me and the rest of these sorry ass podcasters. They come to you squeaky clean, like they got all the answers. Me, I come to you to vent, to share with y'all some of the things that I've learned through life experience, through private investigation, through private study. That's what I do. J. Cole continues. He says, Drake is a big dirty Mac. I know a guy that wanted to beat him up because Drake stepped to his woman right in front of him. Listen, man. One of these days, Drake is going to get his ass kicked. Listen, it ain't going to be long, too. See, y'all have heard me say also, this is the era of separation. We're finding out who's who and who's not. We're finding out who's awake and who's still comatose. We're finding out who's not a reprobate And we're finding out who's also a reprobate. We're finding out who's who and who's not in this hour. Make absolutely no bones and no mistakes about it. We finding out who's who and who's not and who ain't. We're finding out who's the phony tough and the crazy brave. Mark my words. We finding out. It ain't no accident. It ain't no accident. And it's sad for me to report, folks, you got more dumbass folk that's running the world than you do those that's intelligent. I'm going to throw that out there too. But let me get back to the topic at hand. But before we do, I want to digress and say thank you very much for tuning in to Yosef's 2 Cents. I am he, Yosef Benjamin. Like the video, share the video. Thank y'all so much for the shares and the likes. I do appreciate it. Donate to my Cash App also. My Cash App is $Hidden One Truth. That's $Hidden One Truth to donate to the cause. Any and all donations are valued and appreciated. Let's see. Sister Chrissy says, forgive them for they are not as mentally aware or strong as you men are. Appreciate that. She continues. It sadly says more about themselves than you. I agree. J. Cole says, sorry, but if Drake flew me and my girl out, I'm watching their studio time. I'm not leaving those two alone. Let me tell you something, J. Cole. You spot on, man. You know what my father told me? I'm going to tell you something else, folks, that my father taught me. My father taught me, he said, son, whatever you do, you never enter a man's house when he's not there. That's a sign of disrespect if you do enter his house. When you don't enter his house and he's not there, that's a sign of respect, because remember something, son, a hard dick has no conscience. There, I said it. And my father told me just like that. He kept it 100. He kept it raw. He was uncensored. He was unscripted when he told me. He said, son, never enter a man's house when the man is not there. That is a sign of disrespect if you do, and it's a sign of respect when you don't enter his house. Because remember something, a hard dick has no conscience. You don't, never mind the bedroom, never mind the kitchen, never mind, you don't enter the house, period. You don't enter the house, period. That's what my father taught me. You don't enter the man's house, period. You stand right outside his door. You don't cross that threshold. You don't do that. That's what my father taught me. See, my dad was old school, man. My dad had a lot of, he had his faults about him, but listen, he taught me some real stuff sometimes. He did. He taught me a lot of do's. He taught me a lot of don'ts. He did. Miss Allen, Sister Allen, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. I hope things are well with you. Miss Miles says, yes, indeed, a time of separation. Facts. Yeah. That is a form of respect that we as men collectively, not individually, but collectively, that is a form of respect that we have lost. And we do need to get back to that. You're right. But unfortunately, I doubt seriously if we ever will. Now, here's something else also. Here's another reason why. men are jealous of other men. Because they didn't have a father figure, their father was never in the house, their father was never around. Most dudes are the byproducts of single mother homes. Now, let me pause right here when I say this. I'm not knocking single mothers, because there are still some good mothers in the world. You understand? I'm not talking about the toxic ones tonight. I'm talking specifically about the good mothers that's still out there, those good single mothers that's out there. Now I want to delve a little bit into the toxic ones. Because a lot of these single mothers out here, they toxic. And they have deliberately allowed for their fathers not to interact with their children. Brother Mike, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. See? Without both parents in the home, that masculine influence is not there. The masculine influence is not there. That's why it's so important to have both parents in the house. Because it don't make no damn sense at all for a boy to give off more feminine vibes and energy more so than a masculine one. Brother Fasala, what's good? Thanks for joining us. Brother Eddie, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Sister Sade says, your father was wise. What he said is correct. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of science. Here's what I mean. I'm not saying that a lot of these boys are not homosexuals, because they're not. But because they are always around their mother and not their fathers, they give off the feminine spirit, the feminine vibe, because of eugenics or epigenetics. And the thing is, because of epigenetics, which means the metamorphosis or the change or the extraction of their DNA by being around people or being in an environment. So their epigenetics has been altered. I don't care what a woman says. She cannot teach her son how to be a man. That is a father's job. Now, certainly that boy or those boys can have positive male influences and male role models, yes. But it cannot ever subtract or take away the real power of the father. And Sister Miles alluded to it earlier on. It all stems back to this cancer, this toxic philosophy of feminism. It has destroyed a lot of families. It has destroyed a lot of good women. It has destroyed a lot of good men because of feminism. Let me tell you something. I'm as masculine as they come. I don't have to say it, but hell, it's obvious. I will be considered as toxic. You know why I will be considered as toxic? It's simple. Number one, I'm not going to let any woman just walk all over me. I'm not a simp. It's number one. Number two, I think for myself. I'm an independent thinker. I don't need anybody to do my thinking for me. Number three, I'm an old school cat. I'm an old school man. Black is black, white is white, gray is gray, pink is pink, green is green. There is absolutely no in between. All these idiots out here running around out here talking about there's 33 genders. No, fool. There are two genders, but everybody else is either homosexual, lesbian, or bisexual, or transgender. Let's throw that out there too. I am a traditional thinking dude. I come from a people, I come from a background that if you even thought about yourself being homosexual, you got your ass kicked. My father or my mom, they didn't play that homosexual stuff. They didn't play that. And see, back in the day, especially around the 1950s, you know what homosexual and lesbianism was called? You know what it was labeled as, what it was determined as? It was determined as a mental illness. It was classified as a personality disorder. It was classified as a mental illness. That's what they classified it to be. And the reality of the matter is, the truth is this. Everything that was once taboo, everything that was once frowned on, is now embraced and accepted by these damn liberals. Brother Fausala says, teach. He continues 100. J. Cole says, the kids go to jail for shooting someone because a dude stepped on their shoes. That's feminine behavior. Of course it is. Exactly. Exactly. All right, folks. This is what we're going to do. We're going to open up the phone lines right quick, just in case you want to encapsulate whatever's on your heart and mind. 929-274-4763 is the number to call in. Once again, 929-274-4763 is the number to call in. Ms. Miles says, that's right, male and female, period. She continues, yes, mental illness, that's what it is. Yeah. And see, don't let all these jackasses with this new age BS sway your minds. Because it's real easy to do that. It's real easy for them to get you to be persuaded to think otherwise. But back to these dudes who were raised in single parent homes. Am I saying that every man that comes from a single parent, a single mother home in particular, grows up to be a lowlife? No. Not one time have I ever said that. Because there's a lot of men that have grown up to be fine, upstanding, upright citizens. But the reality is that it is better to have both parents. It's better to have both parents. J. Cole says, if you say there's only two genders, you'll be accused of misgendering people. Well, I accuse them of being a bunch of dumbasses. I can't stand this new age BS. Like, who the hell raised these new age fools? You're misgendering people. No, dumbass, I'm telling you the truth. Stop practicing all this gender dysphoria. See, the problem is people get mad at me because I don't go along with their dysphoria, you know, and their chicanery and their BS. That's what that is. Once again, the number to call in if you want to, 929-274-4763. 929-274-4763. Like the video, share the video, tag your family and your friends. Donate to my Cash App ID. It is $Hidden1Truth. That's $Hidden1Truth. Listen, do me a favor also. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is it's the same as my name, Yosef Isaiah Benjamin. That's the Yosef Isaiah Benjamin channel. Subscribe. And I will be posting more content on there very, very shortly. But the reality is, once again, and see, for a man, if you are a strong-minded, heterosexual man that does not subscribe to the new age thought or the new age think tank, you are labeled as a villain. Well, guess what? If I'm labeled as a villain for telling the truth, I carry that as a badge of honor. Because I'll say again, folks, I'm a lot of things. But if there's one thing I am not, I'm not stupid. I'm not delusional. I'm not full of gender dysphoria. I'm a realist. And see, a lot of problems that people still have, especially men, they operate on wishful thinking instead of being honest and realistic. I'm going to throw that out there too. People hate the truth. People hate the truth. People hate and despise the truth. Yeah, they do. People hate and despise the truth. See how much time I have left. I'm okay. We got a few more minutes before I go off the air. But listen, the reality is, we as men, see, I got to get on the men's case tonight because, doggone it, we're the leaders, man. Or at least we should be. We should be. We should be the leaders. You understand? We should be. You know, we shouldn't be, blind leaders of the blind. We shouldn't be leading people to sheep like, leading people to slaughter like sheep. Let me tell y'all something, man. Better yet, let me remind you of something. I don't have to really tell you as if you don't already know. But I'm going to throw it out here anyway as a reminder. And the reminder that I want to throw out there is this. This is a dark hour. We are not living in normal times. There is absolutely nothing normal about the times that we're in. Everything about us is challenged tonight. It's a sad state of affairs when you know for a fact that men hate you just because you're masculine, just because you are self-assured and you're certain about yourself and the way you carry yourself. Let me tell y'all something. I classify myself as Jewish. I classify myself as a Hebrew Israelite. But at the same time, I know for a fact that there's those of you that are Jewish and Hebrew just like me. Y'all are Christians, y'all are Hebrew, you're Muslim, you're agnostics, you're atheists. Fine. But the reality is, no matter what you call yourself, we are living in some hellified times. And because we are living in some hellified times, the reality is, if we don't stop fighting amongst ourselves and we get ourselves together and we get with like-minded brothers and sisters, then we're going to die with the rest of these fools out here. We better learn to come together like brothers and sisters as family, or we gonna perish together like a group of damn fools, like a congregation of damn fools. And I'm not saying this stuff like it already hadn't been said. Yo, I'm the echo. I'm the echo of the ancestors. I'm the echoes of those who were before Malcolm X and Dr. King and Marcus Garvey and Adam Clayton Powell Jr., Stokely Carmichael, H. Rap Brown. I'm an echo. They've been saying this stuff long before me and long before they came on the scene. I'm an echo. Even the prophets been saying the same thing. The long line of divine, the prophets, they've been saying the same thing. This is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. Whatever has been said before, whatever has been said, it's been said before. Whatever has been done, it's been done before. And a lot of what you believe is wishful thinking. A lot of what you believe comes from somebody else's brainchild. It ain't really yours. And you don't take the time to critically think and study and review and challenge your own thinking. Brother Mike says, I agree. These are serious times. And unfortunately, they're going to get worse. Brother Fassler says, truth. J. Cole says, one thing I'm learning to do is let things go. If someone is a Christian or Muslim, I will not force my beliefs on someone. If you are a good person, I can rock with you. Listen, that's my belief. My belief is that the Most High is not a dictator. Now, when I was younger, I used to get mad because somebody, didn't agree with me. And I knew for a fact that I was telling the truth, but they got mad at me because, they came from their level of understanding. But the reality is, man, people gonna be people. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, people gonna be people. People gonna be people. No matter what happens, people gonna be people regardless. They are. People gonna be people. No matter what you do. People gonna be people. Y'all hold on a minute. Yeah. Telling you. And see, here's the thing with me, and I'm getting ready to wrap it up. We got a few more minutes. Let me say this in closing. I don't have time to be, excuse me, I don't have time to be jealous of another man. I don't have time for that, man. I really don't. Because being jealous and me being envious of another dude, that's time wasted. That's also energy wasted. I ain't got time to be jealous of another dude. If that man gets a brand new job, kudos to you, brother. If you finally get the amount of money you've been going after the right way, the honorable way, kudos to you, bruh. You inspire me to be better. You inspire me to be the better version of myself for myself. Yes, you do. I do not have time to be bothered with other people's shenanigans. I ain't got time to be jealous of you. I ain't got time to be player hating on you. No. Like, bro, you think you can plug me in? How did you do X, Y, and Z? Because I'm trying to get to A, B, and C. That's how I am. That is what I've matured to become. Once I saw within myself that I was still part of the problem, I wanted to then become a part of the solution. Joshua, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining us. I wanted to be a part of the solution, not the problem. But in order for me to be a blessing to somebody else, I had to first get me together. See? And I wish that's what more people would have the mindset of having, man. I don't come on here, man, because I act like I got all the answers. I don't. I come on here to be a blessing. Because the reality is, I'm probably the only Bible that somebody is reading right now. I'll say it again. I'm probably the only Bible that somebody is reading. Because somebody else in this world has probably lost all hope and all faith in humanity. But for some strange reason, it's something about me. It's something about my flawed ass. They're inspired by. Yeah, this is a podcast, yes. But it's more than a podcast for me. It's a ministry. Shoot, it's my therapy. It's my therapy. I enjoy getting in front of this damn camera. I enjoy getting in front of this camera, behind this microphone, and speaking my 2 cents, which is really worth more than 2 cents. Now look, I know my podcast is small, it's all good. But at least I ain't a sellout like the rest of these cats out here. And at least I ain't putting on no damn facade. Look, The reason why I am the way I am is because I've matured to get to this point. I've learned to be more honest with myself and you because I was once a liar and a hypocrite. I'm as strong as I am because I was once weak. Now, don't get it twisted. I still have a lot of things about me I'm still working on. But I am not sitting here acting as if I haven't done my dirt, because I have. This is why it's so easy for me to tell y'all the things I'm able to tell you. That's the truth. So, I'm going to give y'all one more chance to call in. 929-274-4763. Before I really delve into my final say-so, my final 2 cents. Let me say this in closing, because I got to get ready for another day tomorrow, and we've already been on the air for an hour. Let me say this. Brothers, it's long overdue for us to put aside our petty differences and to stop throwing each other under the bus. Man, we've really got to do better. We do. We really have got to do better than what we've been doing, man. We're throwing each other under the bus. We're killing each other. We're getting each other high. We're sleeping around with each other's wives and all this stuff. We got to stop this bull, man. We do. It's bad enough that this whole world has always hated and despised us. It's bad enough that the rest of the brothers, they hate us and they despise us. It's bad enough that most of our women, they hate and despise us. It's bad enough that the rest of these nations and these nationalities, they hate us. When the hell are we going to stop throwing ourselves under the bus? When are we going to stop turning on each other? When are we going to first turn to the Most High and then ourselves? And when are we going to reconcile? When? How much more hell do we have to go through? How much more property damage must we have before we come together? How many more people must we bury before we come together? How much? How much more? What else? How much more hell do we have to go through to get ish done? How much? How much? I'm not in competition with you. I ain't got time to be jealous of you. Listen, man, there's a lot of things that I got going on right now. I ain't got time to be jealous of you. I ain't got time to be hating on you and trying to sleep with you. No, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time. I do not have time to be plundering and conniving and trying to sleep with your woman. Hell, I got a woman in my life. We're building. And I got other things going on. I'm going to throw this out here for free. Guys, if you know for a fact that you care about a woman, right? And another woman catches your eye, be honest. Don't stop leading these women on, man. Stop. Look, I hear y'all talk about how toxic these women are all day. I get it. Believe me. I see the toxicity. I hear it. Sometimes I even smell it because they need a bath. But the fact is, that's all I hear. Don't get it twisted. I know that there are plenty of toxic women in the world. Believe me, I get it. But that's our problem. We focus too much on the toxicity instead of zeroing in on the cure. I'm tired. But guys, stop this dirty macking, man. Stop being so damn feminine. Get your minds and your hearts right. Since y'all didn't want to call in, I'm shutting down the hotline. I say this in closing, as always. Anything else? All right. For those of you that read the scriptures, let me say this. 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves, I will hear from heaven, and I will heal their land. Isaiah 45:22. Look unto me, saith the Most High, and be ye saved. Romans 10:9 says, if thou wilt believe with thine heart and confess with thy mouth, aka Yeshua, the man commonly called Jesus, thou shalt be saved. Knowledge of self. Psalm 82:6. Ye are gods, ye are children of the Most High God. 1 Peter 2:9 says, ye are a peculiar people, a royal priesthood, and holy nation. And it also says in the book of Psalms 139, verse 14, ye are fearfully and wonderfully made. And finally, 2 Corinthians 6:14-17, come ye out from amongst them and be ye separate. Brother Leon, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us. We're getting ready to wrap it up, but you can always catch the replay. You can catch the replay. And with that said, ladies and gents, I rest my case. Oh boy. Ladies and gents, that's my 2 cents. I'm Yosef Isaiah Benjamin. Thank you for listening to me. Join me next time as I talk about something else that's going to ruffle your feathers. But it's to make you better people. Until next time, I'm Yosef Isaiah Benjamin. This has been my 2 cents. Thank y'all for listening to me. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. If you missed the live feed, don't worry about it. Catch the replay on my timeline and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Yosef Isaiah Benjamin. Y'all have a good one. Catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. I'm out.